Good morning. It is November 20th. It's about almost 11 o'clock. Let's see. I want to go over a couple of things. I want to talk a little bit about time versus money. And this is the reason why. We all have money. We all have, we all treasure the funds that we do have. But what I've noticed in the last 4 months is that cryptocurrency funds are a little bit different. And the reason why I say that is because it's almost like playing with poker chips. So if you ever notice when you go to a casino and you're actually calling a bluff, or you decide that you want to pile more tokens on 17 black, or you want to place and hedge another bet on your crap number of your favorite way of betting or whatever, that's kind of like what crypto is. Crypto itself it's a strange animal, because you have the ability to make anywhere from 3 to 1,000 times your money. And it's a little bit more addicting than just a standard casino. But you try to govern what will be a scam or not be a scam. And I'm trying to take a little bit of the guesswork out of that. And I've came up with a plan to try, and this is hard, but to try to get into about 20 different ICOs, because the ICOs are accumulating faster than we can do the reading on them. And if I sat there and looked at every single ICO that came out, whether or not it was a long-term hold, or it was a short-term hold, or it was a lending platform, it's very difficult. And I know that a lot of promoters are trying to do that, and it's very time-consuming. But at the same time, it depends on how much money you're putting in. So I've come up with this plan that I'm going to try, and I've already implemented, where I only put $100 in. So I basically put $100 worth of Bitcoin into a ICO that I can see doesn't really have a lot of hype. And then I'm going to let it ride. And I'm going to let it ride until I think that it's going to generate a minimum of 10 times the money back. And you might have to hold on to those a little bit longer for their platform to actually take off and become live. But as this one platform right here that you're looking at is coming about. There's a YouTuber here, Crypto Boss. He actually is doing a review on this, and he's going in depth on the review. Now, I can tell you, based on the information on this particular video, this gentleman has spent probably over an hour just going through all of the information here, going through the website, checking out the investment, checking out their white paper, checking out their roadmap, really in-depth reading of exactly what's going on, right? Their levels of affiliates that they're pumping out. And here's the thing. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a channel where I am sitting there and reading materials all day long, all night long, to bring any type of content to you. And you might say, well, that's not good. But here's the reasoning behind it. You will be able to get into more ICOs with $100. Okay? And those ICOs at $100, you're going to have, I would say, minimum 50% of those are going to return a profit that's even greater. For example, if you were lucky enough to get into Hextra Coin, right, at the ICO phase, and you were able to purchase 100 of those coins. Now, let's see what we're at today. And the same thing goes with Regal or any of those platforms. But there's a certain amount of hype that goes in with some of these. I'm not saying that all of these you need to do that, but I think that on some of the programs that are available, that you would be better off not reading anything, putting $100 in, and then you're basically good to go. Like whatever happens, of course you're going to have to keep tabs on it. And the easiest way that I keep tabs on that is I have a white erase board. I went down to Office Depot. I bought a board. I think my board is like 36 by 24. And I write down little squares on. I've got little squares on it, and I write down in each one of those squares the coin name. And then I put underneath it if I deposited funds in there and how many coins I actually got back. And that helps me quite a bit to try to keep track of what's going on the investment side. But you know, as anybody that has been in crypto knows, you can actually make quite a bit of money off of even one ICO if 3 fail. And you know, we're going to take Hextra Coin here for an example. Okay, so now we're at 34.73. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So if you did get in at the ICO phase with 100 only, which would have been $100. It would have cost you $100 worth of Bitcoin. You got in at 100. Now let's take that times today's rate of 70 or 34.73. This is how much money you made. $3,473. Now, if you cashed out. Now, if you turned around and said, you know what? I'm going to take 1,000 of that, and I'm going to use that for, 14 more ICOs at $100 each, and then I'm going to take and cash back into my Bitcoin $2,000. Now, how much money did you make? You see what I mean? You cleared $3,373. Now, that's crypto for you. Now, I'm not saying every single one of these is going to be 34.73. There's a couple of factors involved, okay? The first factor is that most of the time, you don't get a website that has not hit the external exchange. And when I say external exchange, I'm talking about like this. This is Yobits, okay? Yobits is an external exchange. If I go in here and I click on, let's say, Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin Cash was just skyrocketing a little while ago. Here's Bitcoin Cash. I can come in here and I can buy this. Now let's say you had Hextra, and Hextra went to this exchange. And see, Hextra hasn't hit an exchange yet. I know Hextra.
SMS from Jesse Kazana, contents are lol. Okay,
Sorry.
I thought you were joking about the Wi-Fi last time.
Sorry about that. I can tell you for sure that. I can tell you for sure, it's my business stuff. I can tell you for sure that Hextra Coin itself, as soon as it hits the exchange, it's going to $50 minimum. If it doesn't hit $50 on its own internal exchange, which is what you see right here, where is it? Exchange. This is only the internal exchange here. This is only their website right here. Right here. This is all of theirs. This has nothing to do with an external exchange with external investors, because some of the investors don't even know about this. They are going outside. Hextra Coin's going to go outside, pay an external exchange to hold their tokens on the external exchange so they can be bought and sold on the exchange. When that happens, it usually goes up. If you want to look at Regal Coin, here's Regal Coin. Now, Regal Coin's dropped a lot because they started unlocking accounts and the price kept coming down. Let me go to the USD dollar so you can see exactly how much. Okay. Now, it's at $40. Now, at its peak, it was $90. Okay. So those ICO individuals, which I was not one, that could buy that at the ICO, right? The $100 that you put in, and if you governed correctly, and it hovered at $70 for a long time, right? And you sold your little 100 pieces at $70, you cleared $7,000 off of a $100 investment. Okay? Now, they're not all going to be like that, okay? And some of them, it might take a little bit of effort to actually push it up into that realm. For example, you go to Western Coin. Western Coin didn't have a lot of YouTube hype. It didn't have a lot of, I would say, promotional information. They are just now coming out with a promotion setup for this. So you can see in here, I ended up buying it only $300 off of the ICO, and because I didn't know what was going to happen here with Western Coin, so I didn't go crazy. I bought 300. I turned probably another 500 into it, so I'm into it about 800. But look what I have in my lend. You see that? Look what I'm making on a daily basis on percentage. I'm making 1% on the money. So you can see this is a long-term passive payout. And right now the only thing I'm doing is converting all of these proceeds into Western Coin, because Western Coin is still to this day have their own internal exchange. They are offering you the ability to double your money. And when I say double your money, this is how. If you come in here and you click, well, you have to have the auto converter, Bitcoin auto converter, might love it. If you click this, you can buy it right now from the exchange. From their exchange, you deposit your Bitcoin for $2.30. Okay? Now, each one of the Western coins is going to cost you $2.30. But if you come up to the top where your dashboard is, you're going to lend it back to the system for $4.20. They are giving you $2 for free to lend. That's why I have $34.25 here. You see? So I'm okay with that. I will turn this back around, and I did 100% of the profits, and I put everything back into lend. And this is what I get paid on a normal basis. So this is not a day's pay, by the way. This is the total payments since I deposited on my first one on November the 3rd. And my last one was yesterday. I deposited right here for $17.85. And this $17.85 what came 100% of just saving all the tokens from that came from this reinvestment right here. Okay? And they lent at $4. Now that's the good side. Here's the downside. The downside is that if you wanted to cash out and you waited for your dollar amount to go up, and then you have to convert into Western Coin. You see I have 10 here. You have to convert your dollars, your lending active investment dollars. They're going to pay you right here, and it's going to go over to your lending wallet. So every day you're going to have money in here. Let's say you saved up for about 3 weeks. That money that you have here that's going to travel over to Western Coins, because you have to buy Western Coins in order to turn it into Bitcoin. So you're converting your dollars going to here. Once you have, let's say you have 100 of these, here's the downfall. The only way to turn this into Bitcoin is you have to go back to the exchange, the internal exchange, and then you have to sell it. But the current market value is $2.30. So you're not getting the $4, you're getting $2.30, right? But here's the tactic on this particular website. You are going to save, you get your lend in, build this thing up, then you're going to turn around and you're going to keep building up your Western Coin, because what's going to happen is when this hits the exchange, and it will, you're no longer going to be able to buy it at $2. And this $4, which has been climbing from $3, now it's $4.27, is going to go up to the point where whatever the amount is up here is going to now reflect in the exchange price. And you are no longer getting a bonus of 50% to lend. That's what's going to happen. And then at that point, you are sitting on a pile of Western coin that you can cash out for maximum dollars. But you got to have a decent lend in here between now and between when they actually hit the exchange. And there's always that possibility, guys. There's always a possibility that they could just say, okay, well, it's been 30 days, click, and the site's gone. But that's the same thing in any website you do in cryptocurrency. If you don't want to play the game, don't. I'm not telling you you have to. I'm not giving you advice to. I'm telling you what I would do if I was investing. So, take that with a grain of salt. Right now, Bitcoin's at $8,200. $8,200. That is insane. I see nothing but going up. I'm in so many platforms right now. I don't even know what my income's going to be by the end of the year. I think it's going to be a little crazy. Getting back to this roadmap on this NumIV, which I do have on my links. And if you guys are new to crypto, you click the subscribe button, and if you click the little bell on the right of the subscribe button, every single time that I upload a video, you will be notified so that you can watch it. And if you have not started if you're brand new and you have not started on my channel, you need to start at 1. Crypto Noob video 1. And then go in order all the way through. And there's a reason why I numbered them all. Because there's a lot of people that don't know anything about crypto, and I'm trying to educate them as we go. So it gets harder and harder as the numbers go up to understand. If you started at 1 or 2 or 3, you're probably going to have a pretty good idea of what's going on. So check those out. Meanwhile, back to this. My ADD took over. Okay, so Crypto Baus here has pretty much red flagged a lot of this website. But again, my entire object here is that the individuals that create these websites, even if they are scammers and they're only in it for 60, 90 days, we don't want to be here 60 or 90 days. On ones that do not have a physical person coming forward or some kind of track record of being a good site, or they have poor communication with their Facebook or their Twitter or any other information, we don't really want to spend too much time on the site. That's why we're willing to just put in $100 worth of Bitcoin and try to get 10 times our money, 50 times our money, whatever we can get out of it. When's the optimal time to sell? When you feel that you've made enough profit, that's when it comes out to. I think that on these web platforms, a minimum of 30 days, sites usually don't shut down in 30 days, especially on the lending platforms. There are hype platforms out there, platforms that say, oh, we'll give you 12%, like that stupid ass Laser Online thing that I signed up for, right? Thinking that it's been in business for a little while, we'll try a little bit, and as soon as I put money in there, oh, now we've got payment problems. So you're gonna get burned. If you do enough crypto, you will definitely get burned. You have to take the good with the bad. That's the way it is. So it's just a matter of time. But if you constantly put the odds in your favor that you're gonna turn a decent profit on $100, and then you can put money in a lot of the ones that are higher end. Like this Davor coin that I'm in, right? If you look at Davor coin, the owner came on a lot of interviews with people, right? And it was very difficult to try to pick up this 4,400 that I have here. And I've got some friends that work for me. Juan is one of my buddies, and he tried every single day trying to get this, and he couldn't get it. So I'm going to give him a couple hundred because he's pretty much my right hand. He's almost like my kid brother. So I'm going to give him some of those because I have so many of them. And I don't know what's going to happen on this one. When this thing hits the exchange, it's going to be nuts, because on a 44, let's say 4,200 that I have here now, if it goes anywhere near where Hextra Coin is today at $34.64, which is very capable for this particular platform, right? I'm going to do the math for you. It's let's say $35. Where are you going to get a return on your investment of that kind of money? Yeah, it did cost me like 3,000 dollars worth of Bitcoin in order to buy these. It did. But I made that judgment call based on the fact that I liked what I saw on the Davor papers, and I did a lot of research on this particular one because they have a very, very fast website, and they communicate very well. So I think this one is going to be around for a little while, and I jumped on it. And if I end up making this kind of money off of this, you bet your sweet ass I'm going to go into a lot of other stuff with that, because I think that these lending platforms are going to be around for about another year, maybe 2 years, and that's about it. Maybe the one that will eventually take the cake is going to be Bitconnect, because they're constantly conforming their model to more and more improvements, which is fantastic. So anyway, that's the update for today. There's tons and tons of sites that I've been kind of trying to get into, and then there's tons of sites that you just can't buy into because their website sucks. I can tell you, Davor, I didn't have that many problems with it. It didn't crash out on me. That's why I really like Davor's site, because they are run on GoDaddy servers along with Microsoft Enterprise Platform, which it showed. I mean, it didn't crash. But when you get some of these other sites out here, Western Coin's not that bad either, because you could actually have purchased that one anytime you want. But there's one that I'm trying to buy, and I'm not going crazy on this one. Just trying to buy this one right here, and it is a pain in the ass. And I don't know why they got to make it so damn difficult to buy this UCoin. I mean, I can't even get to the point where my website will actually function properly to buy anything. I tried to get in before the ICO, and it kept telling me I had the wrong password. And as you can physically see, I logged in with no problem, right? And I'm sitting here with, now that prices went up, I'm sitting here with $352 worth of Bitcoin in here, and I plan on buying 300 of these. That's it. And just another lending platform, just seeing how it goes. Let me put it into a mode where it actually looks better. There you go. So, this is what it's all about. They got a 1.5% payout. How long are they going to last? Who knows? But right now, I can't even buy it. So it's gangbusters. It's like a fight to the death. Trying to get in there and trying to pick something out. Now I got to wait a whole nother day or 2 days in order to try to buy again, and I couldn't even get close to the last time. And then you got guys in here that can come in here and buy 15. I'm trying to buy 300, and these guys come in here and buy 10. Look at this guy. Like, oh, you decided you actually got in, and you bought 0.006? Hey, if that's what he could afford, that's great. But some of the other investors, we're in there trying to get as much coins as we can, and we can't even log onto the website. Not good for the company. So anyway, that's it for today. There's a couple other sites that I'm looking at purchasing. I think I have about 20 on my site that I haven't even got to yet. So enjoy the video and have a good day.